Hello, third grade, and welcome to lesson 14-3. We're continuing to work with time. For this lesson, we're going to solve word problems that involve using time.
How can you add or subtract time intervals? Let's find out. Joaquin made a list of the time he should spend on different activities. Joaquin has practiced playing the piano 35 minutes so far. How much longer does he need to practice? What question do you need to answer? What information will help you answer the question? You need to find out how much longer Joaquin needs to practice playing piano. The information that will help you is how much time Joaquin needs to practice piano and how long he has practiced so far. One way to find out is to use a bar diagram to represent the problem and show time intervals. A time interval is an amount of time. What do the whole bar diagram and the two parts of the diagram represent? The whole bar diagram represents the total amount of practice time. The two parts represent the 35 minutes Joaquin has already practiced and the time he still needs to practice. What amount of time do you need to add to 35 minutes to make 45 minutes? 10 minutes. 35 plus 10 equals 45. Joaquin has to practice 10 more minutes. Why can you use an addition equation to represent the problem? You can use an addition equation because the two parts put together make the whole. Another way to solve the problem is to use a number line to represent the problem and show time intervals. What subtraction equation can you write for the numbers on the number line?
Select your answer.
You can write 45 minus 35 equals the unknown amount. 45 minus 35 equals 10. So Joaquin has to practice 10 more minutes. Why can you use subtraction to find the answer? The whole minus the time Joaquin has practiced gives the time he still needs to practice.
Now you know how to add and subtract time intervals.
All right, let's get into our notes and our guided practice for this lesson. So we need to think about how we can add or subtract a time interval. And a time interval is just an amount of time. So we can use a bar diagram and draw it out just like we saw in the example, or we can use a number line and skip forward or backwards the same way we normally add on a number line. Our first example says Meg walks a dog named Shep for 12 minutes. Then she walks Sparky for X number of minutes. Finally, Meg walks Brownie for 18 minutes. Meg spends 52 minutes walking all three dogs. Use a number line, bar diagram, and complete the table to show how many minutes she walked each dog. Okay, so first, we need to stop and think. We know that she walked Shep for 12 minutes and Brownie for 18 minutes, and then Sparky for we're not sure how much. We know that the total was 52 minutes, so we filled in the information that we already know. Now I can take this information and draw it into a bar diagram. 12 and 18 are the parts that we know. X is going to be our unknown part. That's how much she walked Sparky. And we know that the total was 52 minutes, so 52 goes on top. Now I'm going to add together the parts that I know and subtract them from the whole to help figure out my unknown part. So 12 plus 18 is 30. Then I'm going to take that 30 away from the 52 minutes, which is a total, to find out that I have a, what remains or what my X is going to be is 22 minutes. So she walks Sparky for 22 minutes. Now I can also use a number line to show that information. I can start at the 0 and count 12 minutes, and then add 18 minutes to that. We know that got us to the 30 minutes. And then I can count on until I get to the 52 minutes, which was 22. I had to count on 22 more. Or I could have done what they did in the video and jumped ahead to the 52 and then jumped back 18 and then jumped back 12. And that would have also landed me at the 22 mark. So we know that Meg walks Shep for 12 minutes, Sparky for 22 minutes, and Brownie for 18 minutes to give her a total of 52 minutes. Now to use the bar diagram, the total, which was 52 minutes, we wrote it on top, just like you can see here. The parts that we know go into the boxes. So we know she was walking 3 different dogs. So we have 3 different boxes down here. The measurements or the time intervals for each of the dogs that we know is listed. And then we have a box for the unknown number. So this tells us that 12 plus 18 plus X is going to equal 52. Or I can say 52 minus 12 minus 18 is going to give me my unknown number, which is X. To use a number line, we started at 0 and then jumped the parts that we knew and then counted on to find out how many more we needed to get our total of 52. Let's take a look at another example. It says it takes Don 52 minutes to drive to work. He's already driven for 16 minutes. How many more minutes will it take Don to drive to work? So we can put this into a number line and into a bar diagram. So I know the total number is 52 minutes, so that's going to go on top. And I know that he already drove 16 minutes, so that's one of my parts. And then I have my unknown part. So 16 minutes plus my unknown equals 52, or I could do 52 take away 16 equals my unknown. 52 take away 16 gave me 36. So I know that he still has 36 minutes to drive. Now I can do this on a number line by starting at the 52 and jumping back 16. That landed me at the 36. So I know he has 36 more minutes to go until he makes it to the end of his drive. Now I can check my answer using the inverse operation. So if I subtracted to get my number, I need to add the parts together to see if I get back to my whole. So 16 plus 36 did give me 52. So I know my answer here is correct. Next, let's jump into our guided practice. Number 1 says Rody plans to ride his bike for 55 minutes. So far, he's ridden for 29 minutes. How many more minutes does he have to ride? So we know that he plans to ride his bike for a total of 55 minutes. So 55 is going to go on top of my bar diagram. He's ridden 29 minutes so far. So that's going to be my first part. And then my unknown part is X. So X is going to be how many minutes he has left. Now to find that, I could do 55 minus 29 to find my unknown number. And I found out that my unknown is 26. So I can check my math. I stacked and subtracted here, and then I did the inverse and added them back together. And I did get back to 55. So he has 26 more minutes to complete his ride. For number 2, Ms. Darren spends the reading period working with 2 different reading groups. She meets with the first group for 23 minutes. She meets with the second group for 17 minutes. How long is the reading period? So here I used a number line and I jumped 23 minutes the first time. And then I jumped 17 more minutes after that, and it landed me at the 40-minute mark. So 23 plus 17 equals 40. That tells me that the reading period is 40 minutes long. All right, that takes us to the end of this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.